Hi, my name is Shannon, and this is Weed Mama. So this is part 2 of a 5-part series that I'm doing on how to use weed for wellness. And what does that mean exactly? Because I know a lot of people, when they think about cannabis, they think about smoking a joint and getting high. But really, there is so much more to it than that. So I want to give you an introduction to the various different ways you can use cannabis and the different types of cannabis that there is available to you, whether you want to get high, as we call elevated, or not. So in this video, we're going to talk about CBD. So CBD is a nice entry point for people who might feel a little bit cautious around using THC, but they want to try cannabis and see how it might help them. So CBD does not get you high. And then one of the main things I hear from people when they try CBD is they say things like, well, I didn't feel anything. Well, you're not really supposed to. That's kind of the point. CBD doesn't get you high. However, what it does do, and what it does really well, is it works to calm your system down. It really helps people with tremors and shaking and muscle spasms and this kind of thing. CBD has been scientifically proven to help with anxiety. It is also scientifically proven to be highly effective in children who suffer from a very rare seizure disorder. CBD is being looked at and studied for other things such as sleep and pain. We don't have a lot of research around that right now. It's very mixed. And personally, if you ask me, and we're talking about sleep, THC is actually better for that. However, if you're somebody who is anxious, you have a lot of stress in your life, maybe you have a lot of muscle tension, you might want to give CBD a try and see if that helps to calm down some of your symptoms. Now, if you live in the United States or if you visited there recently, you will see CBD in everything, for literally in everything, from fast food to athletic wear. Now, I don't agree with using CBD in this particular way. I think it is better to use CBD mindfully. So you're using it in a supplement form or in an oil or a drop or pill, something that you know how much you're taking in. So CBD is very safe to use. It has very minimal side effects. You can use it in very high doses. The World Health Organization recently released a statement saying that CBD has no potential risks. So you can think of CBD as a natural health supplement. And a lot of people use CBD in that way. They will take little bits of CBD every day as a supplement. Personally, I use it as needed. I find that if I'm having a lot of anxiety, I will take a good amount of CBD and it will help to relax my anxiety. So there are 2 types of CBD that you can get. There is CBD that is extracted from the plant that we get our smokable flowers from. And there's CBD that's been extracted from hemp. So hemp is grown to be just trace amounts of THC. So if you're looking for a product that's going to be free of THC, you're going to want to look for hemp-derived CBD. There isn't a lot of hemp-derived CBD on the Canadian market yet. However, that is going to change as time goes on. If you're looking for hemp-derived CBD, you want to buy from a company that is transparent. They provide the labs that show you that their product is free from any toxins or heavy metals. CBD is extracted from hemp using solvents. So it's important that you get a product that you know is clean and safe. So when it comes to dosing with CBD, we don't yet have a real good dosing guide. Science isn't there yet, but we have a general idea of what is a good dose to start with. Now with CBD, generally you want to take a higher dose, especially if you're using it for something like anxiety, but really it's an individual thing. Some of you might find that a lower dose is actually better than a higher dose. So you're going to want to play around with different dosing and see what works for you. So a good starter dose, if you're looking at taking it orally, for example, in a pill or a tincture or something like that, you're going to want to try at least 20 milligrams. That's a good entry point, and just go up from there. Now, if you're looking at CBD in the form of cannabis flower, a dried flower, you're going to want to look at CBD only. You can get CBD only flowers, dried flowers, that are at least 5%, but they go all the way up to 20%. So if you're looking at something, if you're looking to try CBD for something like pain or something like sleep, again, you're going to have to experiment with different dosing, but usually you want to go up a higher dose. So we're looking at over 50 milligrams. And just to give you an idea, I know some people who have an anxiety disorder, and if they're having a panic attack, they'll use really high doses. So we're talking 300 milligrams. Personally, I like to use about 100 milligrams in a day to manage symptoms of anxiety. CBD comes in a variety of different products, including topical. And topical is great. It works very well for eczema. One of the best things that CBD does is it helps with the side effects of THC. So I highly recommend that if you're ever trying a THC product, that you take CBD with it. So if you ever found that you've accidentally taken too much THC and you're panicking a little bit, feeling paranoia, take a nice good dose of CBD, and that will help to calm you down, and it will help get you past some of those symptoms. It will also reduce the high feeling of THC. So in part 4 of this video series, I'm going to talk about all the different applications, all the different kinds of products that you can use, and I'll include CBD in there. In this video, I just wanted to give you a general overview of what is CBD and how does it work. But again, it's a very individual thing, and I really recommend that you just try different products and try different dosing to see what works for you. So in the next video, I'm going to talk to you about THC. I highly recommend you watch that, especially if you're feeling nervous about it, or if you've used it before and you didn't like the way it made you feel, and how to use it the same way you would use a glass of wine in the evening to unwind. Thank you for joining me.